Hey y'all, this is Kimberly Bransford again. I was just going to go over chapter 3 of the one that got away, just in case you need to see the book cover. Anyway, it's on Amazon, so y'all can go on there and order it if you want to. Now, what I'm doing is going through the revised edition. But, anyway, you'll still get an idea of what the book is about, just based on what's in the first one, or the original. But anyway, here goes chapter 3, Stephanie. Watching the clock ticking down to close out this business day is pure torture. I have no idea how this evening is going to go. I'm just looking forward to not spending my evening alone with the fat cat and the TV. I'm calling it quits. I stand clicking on files to save and close them, locking files away in my desk. I shut my computer down and grab my purse. Tim won't care if we leave a few minutes early. I do it all the time. Sometimes you just have to shut it down. With as much detail as this job entails, you could wind up wasting an entire evening reading the files. There is nothing that is going to keep me here this evening. Bobby and I head to the elevators together. Once in the parking lot, he says, "I'll follow you." I will keep that in mind. I have to remind myself to not drive too crazy so he can keep up. I park in the parking garage of my apartments, but I will show you where you can park, and I will meet you at the garage door. Alrighty. Bobby salutes and heads over to his car. I watch his large frame saunter over to his car and climb in. I've just been caught staring and quite possibly drooling. He just smiles, holding up his hands, like, "Are you going to get in your car or stare at me all day?" Turning back to my car, checking my chin for any errant drool, and climbing in. My face must be on fire right now. Bobby. Busted. Catching Stephanie watch me is quite amusing. Her cheeks turn a rosy shade of pink. I like knowing that I affect her as much as she does me. This evening with her could be a huge mistake. We're co-workers. I need to be careful. I can see this girl being a problem for me. I also don't want to stand in her way if she does go back to Gage. They have a history together, as sordid as it is. I can't compete with that. We just met today. I heard her when she said that she would never go back to him. I would be afraid that if I put my heart out there, that she would inevitably crush it. Stephanie. Driving through the city, I look in my rearview mirror and see Bobby trailing me, slowing down or stopping at traffic lights so he doesn't get stuck. Pulling up to my apartment complex, showing him some empty spots where he can park, heading to the parking garage, emerging a few minutes later, and sticking my head out the door. Locking his car door, he heads towards me with a smile on his face. My heart leaps in my chest. What is that about? I'm excited about this, but I have to keep my composure. Hold it together, girl. You have no idea if he's really interested in you. You did kind of invite yourself over to his house. He just may be polite, nothing more. Don't get your hopes up. You'll wind up disappointed again. I thought that what Gage and I had was indestructible. He proved me so wrong. Finding out later that Gage had me on his arm during the day, but at night he was with Ginger in the most intimate way two people can be together. I thought I was his only one. When I confronted him that last time, he didn't even bother trying to deny the so-called rumors. He didn't come for me with lies. He didn't try to come for me at all. He didn't even try to placate me. He just stood there while my heart exploded in my chest. He was prepared to move on without me. He had the one he was in love with. I thought that was me. Maybe I wouldn't have been so bitter about the breakup if it wouldn't have been my best friend, the one I shared my hopes and dreams with. I told her just about everything. I never dreamed she would be a two-faced front stabber. It's like she walked right up to me, knife in hand, and I didn't see when or where she buried the knife in my chest. After that experience, I keep my circle very small, limited to a few acquaintances, not really allowing people to get too close to me. Why am I letting this guy in? I have no idea, but there's something about him that I feel that I can trust. I hope I'm not making a mistake. Bobby is so disarming. I feel comfortable around him. He seems so kind, gentle, and understanding. The type of men I could see myself with. If he's interested, surely there must be some kind of attraction, interest, a need to be fulfilled. We make it to the bank of elevators, and I press the up button. I look up to see what floor the elevator is currently on. Just a few more minutes and this guy will be in my apartment. Bobby, me, and the fat cat. Dinging its arrival, the elevator door whooshes open. I get on and Bobby follows. I press the number 3 on the panel. We're silent as the elevator makes its way to my floor. The door opens again. I step out, Bobby in tow. The hall of the apartments are painted a cheery mustardy yellow with a busy carpet with swirls and paisley that are supposed to complement the walls. Not sure who came up with that idea. My apartment is number 306. The numbers are gold to the left of my front door. Even though we're inside, there is a little porch light. Well, that's what it's supposed to look like. Taking in a breath, I place the key in the lock, turn it, and walk in. As per the usual, Tabby, the fat cat, is on the back of the couch. I place my keys on the kitchen counter and grab a can of food out of her cabinet. I think I'll go change and then get her fed. I walk by the couch and stroke her head between her ears. She meows at me but stays in the spot. She isn't quite interested in me yet. I'll be right back, baby cat, and I'll get your food. That fat cat is 8 years old. Definitely not a baby, but she is my baby nonetheless. Bobby, you can have a seat. I'll get changed. Heading to my bedroom and closing the door, practically collapsing against it. Frantically, I look through my closet for something nondescript. I opt for a pair of jeans, a plain blue t-shirt, and sneakers. Running a brush through my long blonde strands, I pull my hair back into a ponytail, then I brush my teeth. I'm not used to wearing casual clothes since most of the time I work. My idea of casual clothing is throwing on sweats or pajamas on after work. I rarely go out after work or on the weekends. This evening, I'm going for a look of I'm here and ready to get to work. My hands are a little shaky knowing that he's in my living room. I open my bedroom door and he smiles at me. That fat cat is sitting next to him on the couch, purring as he strokes her. Gentle with animals, maybe not a serial killer. I smile at him and my own musings. I hope you aren't allergic. I'm sorry if she's getting hair on your clothes. Get down, Tabby. Let's get your food. I walk to the kitchen, rinse the can lid off, and place it on the can opener. That is her cue to run in there meowing at me. Yes, Mama hears you. Now I'm her favorite person, rubbing herself against my jeans. Bobby comes over to the kitchen bar to watch me with Tabby. The can opener shuts off. Pulling a bowl out of her cabinet, I place her food in the bowl and set it down on the floor. Tabby crouches down to eat the chunks of food. Would you like something to drink? I have water or I might have a soda in the fridge. I forgot my manners, but I'm not accustomed to having visitors over. The last person that came over here were my parents when I moved in this place. It is a bit too cramped to have very many people over, so I usually go to their house. Bobby waves a hand at me. I can wait until we get to my place and eat dinner. You have a nice place. I could live with this. The house I bought is a bit too much, but what drew me to the one I picked out was the office with all those shelves. You'll see what I mean. You did notice my sparse decorations, right? I might be a good organizer or decorator, not so much. Bobby makes a show of looking around and nods. Tabby finishes her food and goes back to the perch on the couch. I'm ready when you are. Grabbing my wallet and keys, the excitement wells in my chest. Thanks for offering to drive. He walks out and I follow him in the hallway, locking the door behind us. Heading back to the elevator. How many bedrooms does your house have? 4 plus that office. He grimaces, seeming apologetic that he bought such a large home. I'm hoping to finally put down some roots here in Texas. I'm tired of moving around. It's hard physically and emotionally. Hopefully you can. Hopefully with me. I wouldn't mind filling that home with memories. Our memories. We can have 2.5 kids, a dog, and a cat. I mused to myself. I still don't understand how you can have a fraction of a kid, but if it's with him, I'll take it. I will see what the future has in store for me, Bobby replies with a brow raise. The elevator arrives and takes us back to the ground floor, letting him lead the way to his car. He opens my door, helps me in, and then closes the door behind me. I put my seatbelt on. Hurrying to his side of the car, he hops in, starts the car, and puts his seatbelt on. Driving through the city, heading to the suburb of Dallas, maybe 15 minutes from my apartment. I take in the scenery. We make it to a neighborhood with a canopy of mature trees that hang over the street. The neighborhood is older, but the homes are well maintained. His home is a 2-story beige brick home on a cul-de-sac lot surrounded by trees. Even with the size of the house, the lot is very spacious. Bobby presses a button on his visor to open the garage door, pulling into the right side of the garage bay. There's boxes stacked on the left side, and there are a couple of large red tool chests along the side of the garage as well. Were you a mechanic in your former life? I'm very curious why he has them in if he isn't in the automotive industry. The chests are about 6 feet tall with several drawers and compartments. They came with the house. Whoever lived here before just left them here. I think it was a bad divorce and they just wanted out. There's probably a few grand in tools in each one. I'm not a tool guy. He gets out and walks to my side to open my door. You don't have to do that. It is nice, but a little unnecessary. It isn't a big deal, just being courteous to a beautiful woman. He gushes. I'm seriously about to melt when he calls me beautiful. Maybe there's some interest after all. I certainly know I'm feeling something. It's nice to be complimented. He walks to the door that leads into the house and unlocks it, leading me to a formal living room. I'll be back in a few minutes. I'm going to go change out of this suit. With that, he leaves me to just hang out. In this room, there are a lot of older furniture pieces. A tufted Victorian-style couch on one wall, a mahogany grandfather clock tucked into the corner, a walnut upright piano along the far wall. The other wall has built-in shelves in the corner, decorated with a few knickknacks and books. There is a painting above the piano with what looks like a steamboat churning through a body of water, and vibrant primary colors of blues, reds, and yellows, leaving a wake of stark white. There's water moving up and over the large wheel. I can imagine the sun forming a rainbow as it reflects off the water droplets. The tag at the bottom says Sternwheel Festival, Marietta, Ohio. I'm so captivated with the painting that I don't see Bobby enter the room. Clearing his throat, I turn around to look at him. He's wearing a V-neck t-shirt the exact same color blue as mine and khaki shorts. I can't help but smile at him. Nice shirt. What, this old rag? It's definitely not an old rag. It fits him so well. I like seeing him dressed down. Don't get me wrong, he looks amazing in his 3-piece suit, but I think I like this look better. All that glorious skin uncovered. It makes your eyes pop. I cover my mouth because I know I shouldn't have said that. He smiles and said, "Is that the first thing you noticed about me? My eyes?" To be honest, the first two things I noticed are the dimples in your eyes. You have those tiny creases that tell me the smile you flashed me was genuine. So you did notice my eyes. Maybe not the color at first, but the longer I spent with you, I couldn't help but notice. They're a nice shade of blue with white and yellow flecks around the pupil. Would you like to know the first thing I noticed? I nodded him to proceed. Not sure where this is going or how we got here on this subject. Oh wait, it's because of what I said. Your voice is very soothing in that Texas accent. He bites his lip and smiles at me. I also couldn't help but notice how cute and dainty you are. Really? I hate it. People mention it all the time. I grimace. That accent and my height. I love both, he chuckles. I meant to ask him about the painting, but we got on the subject of physical attributes and I got all distracted. More like hot and bothered. I'll have to bring it back up another time. Ohio. I wonder when he was there last. So that is chapter 3. Like I said, I'm still working on going through this stuff. I'm not trying to make it messed up, but sometimes I stumble over my words. Anybody else would do it too. But anyway, I will continue this series. I mean, it may be every few days where I, upload a new video. But I hope y'all are enjoying it and that it makes sense. I see that I've got to go back and do some more editing, but it is what it is. So I'm just offering this for free for right now, just to see if I can get any interest in it. But anyway, y'all have a good weekend, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.